Yo, it's Wild 94.1, man. Bootleg Kev here in studio. This girl is setting the world on fire right now. We're playing her new song here, Alessia Cara.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. First
Good.
things I got to ask you, what is in the water in Canada right now? Because I feel like you Canadians are running music right now between Bieber, Drake, The Weeknd, and yourself.
I know. It's so cool. I love it, especially because it's from like the Toronto area, and that's where I'm from. And it's just cool. I'm really happy that Toronto's becoming like a place for music.
I hear it's like one of the most like diverse cities like in the
It
world.
is.
Like,
It really is. There's like, I remember growing up, like I just grew up with every type of person. Like you just, it's just such a big melting pot of different like cultures, and it's awesome.
now, Canadian stereotypes that are true or not true, do you enjoy hockey?
I don't. My dad does though.
Okay.
It's a thing in my house, but
It's
I
a
don't.
thing. It
Yeah,
is a thing
It is a
at your
thing.
house.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Okay.
a thing.
And you're only 18 years old.
19.
You're 19?
Well, I turned 19 in July.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, now you're 19. Okay, cool. I saw on because it's crazy because the first time I heard you, you reminded me. Your voice kind of reminded me of Amy Winehouse. I'm a huge Amy
Really?
Winehouse fan.
So am I.
And I saw on your Instagram that you're also a huge
I am.
Amy Winehouse fan.
I am. She's so cool.
Did you get to see her new documentary, the Amy movie?
Yeah, I saw it twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
That's dope. Have you heard, like, was that like something that you kind of heard early on that like, I just feel like you guys have the same vibe. It just seems very organic and like your records feel like something that you might have heard in like the 50s or 60s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just
Thanks.
that, not to say that it sounds dated, but you know what I mean?
but
Yeah.
I take it as a compliment. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's just she's always someone that I looked up to musically. I think she's just awesome and so honest, and I always wanted to be honest in my music too. So I hope that it comes off like that.
Have you got a chance to like meet like anybody who she worked with, like Mark Ronson or Salam Remy or anybody like that?
No, unfortunately, I really want to just so I can like see what she was like, but I haven't.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
I'm sure it'll happen.
Maybe.
What's your relationship like with Drizzy or the Biebs?
Drizzy or the Biebs. I met them both, so we're all best friends now. I think
You guys are all
'Cause we met-
besties now?
Yeah, we're all besties. 'cause
Like
we
it's like
met-
a Canadian
we met-
like super
Of
group.
course,
in the
yeah. Once you
works?
meet, it's like okay, we're best friends. But no, Drake is awesome. I met him at a festival, and he said that he was a fan of my song and of me, which was amazing because I'm such a huge fan of his. And then I met Justin Bieber in Germany, which was cool.
Oh,
He's
dope.
awesome. Yeah,
Super dope.
yeah, really cool.
Was Bieber like? Was he like in? You know, sometimes when Bieber goes overseas, you know, pictures leak out of him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Was he
Yeah.
like in the right state of mind when you met him? Was he turned?
He was not turned. Well, I don't think so. He was pretty chill to me. He was
So
normal.
growing up, you're so young. I always tell this people like when we do like when we talk about old school, like for our listeners, old school's like 50 Cent now, which is crazy. What
Yeah,
did
I
you
know.
grow up listening to? What were your like what were you bumping in your iPod when you were like 14?
Well, of
Drake
course,
might even
Amy.
be old school to you right now.
I
which
know,
is
like
kinda
early
crazy.
Drake was kind of when I was around 14, which is so
Right.
weird. It's so weird. But yeah, like early Drake, Amy, probably earlier than 14, like maybe 12-ish. I was like Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas,
I was,
yeah, wow.
like they're like Ella Funk and Monkey Business albums are like everything. Yeah, probably them.
Have you met Fergie yet?
No,
I think Fergie's very slept on. She got like I think Fergie is.
Fergie's awesome. That like Black Eyed Peas, just period, is amazing. I think they're all great.
So here is a big record. What else do you have in the works? I mean, that's definitely doing this thing on Rhythmic Radio, Top 40 Radio. What else? I mean, is it an album on the way? What do you got coming up?
Album for sure. I have an EP out right now, but then my album will be out late fall. So I'm so excited for that because it's been done for so long. So I've just been waiting to put it out. And yeah, just album.
Who did you work with on the album?
Producer wise, I worked with Kuya Productions, Pop and Oak, Fredro, and Malay. And as far as like writer wise, it was just me and this guy Sebastian Cole.
That's what I was going to ask you.
artist.
You write like a lot of times with like singers like yourself. You handle like the bulk of the writing.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, it was just me and Sebastian the entire album, which is so cool because I thought a new artist doesn't get that,
Yeah,
that
especially with the label.
creativity.
Usually they want to bring somebody in like, hey, we got this go-to writer that has hits on deck. We just want you to go and sing a
Yeah.
hit.
No, it was just us two, and I mean Sebastian, he's amazing. He's so good, and I feel like he's just gonna. You'll see one day he's gonna like be huge because he's so talented and so awesome. And we were both working with the same production company. That's kind of how it happened, EP Entertainment. And he was an artist on there, and so was I. Well, I became an artist on there, and we're just like let's work together and see what happens.
I heard the cover you did for the Nick Jonas record, which was extremely dope.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, what like you kind of came from YouTube. What inspires you to like want to cover a particular song, like that song in particular? Like you just liked it and you're like, yo, I think I'd sound dope doing this.
Yeah, that's really all it is. Like I just love that song. And when I love a song so much, like I just like feel like, oh, I want to try something with it or do something. And I went to Sirius and they usually have you do like a cover or your own song. So I did my own and then I picked that for a cover because I thought it'd be cool.
What is your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time?
You strike me as someone who might like Harry Potter.
I do like Harry Potter. Why?
I don't know
is
why.
It the hat? Is
I think it might be the hat. I think it might be the hat.
It must be the hat.
The only reason that came to mind is because I was at Orlando Studios over the weekend and I was in Harry Potter.
I wanted to go there so bad. I really like Harry Potter, but it's not my favorite movie. It's my favorite book. Favorite movie of all time? I don't know. Shawshank Redemption is a great movie.
That is like, yeah, that definitely is an OG movie.
I think that's one of them.
That's a great one.
And then there's like Nacho Libre, which is like the
Nacho Libre is
but it's like
so
the best
amazing,
movie.
though.
But I love it. That's
oh
like
my God.
on the other
Save me a
spectrum.
piece of that corn.
Yeah, I know. No, he doesn't want the corn. He
does not want the
throws
corn.
the corn away.
Yeah, such a great movie.
I love that movie. It's so stupid.
So what is like, as far as, everybody gets in the music industry for their own reasons. What do you want your legacy to be at the end of the day? I mean, it seems like you're someone who's doing it for the passion first, but
of course, yeah. But I definitely want, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well last. I don't want to have one song that people remember for a couple months and then it goes off the charts and nobody cares. You don't want
to be one of those.
No, I don't. I don't think anyone does, of course. But I mean, that's not my goal. My goal is never to.
Got to get some Grammys on the mantle.
Of course, and I think I just want to like say something and shift music in a way. I think every artist wants to do that. I would hope so. That's just my thing. I just want to make a little dent in the industry. And
I feel like right now, like there's like yourself and like another girl who's really dope is Kehlani. I don't know if
I love her. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's fire. She's super dope.
She's so cool.
But I think it's like, I feel like a few years ago, it was like Adele came on the scene and gave us a fresher breath there. Before her, it was like Amy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, I feel like that's been a void that you're feeling right now. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have you had? I don't know your financial situation, but you're 19 years old and you're having some success here. Have you like made a first like decent sized purchase yet? Like, did you buy like a new iPad or something or a Prius?
you would think, but no, I really no. I maybe have to just wait on it and see.
Do you have a car?
I don't have a car. I have a license, but my parents don't let me drive, so I don't have a car.
Yeah, being that you're so young, how involved are your parents in like the day-to-day like Alessia Cara operation?
They're very involved. My dad travels with me everywhere. Sometimes my mom, so they always have someone there.
That's
but they're
dope,
not like
though.
it is. It's awesome and it's amazing because they don't ever try to be like a like a momager, or a dadager. Like they don't know. My dad's a welder, my mom's a hairdresser. They don't know.
At the end of the day, as long as your dad doesn't end up like Justin Bieber's dad, I think you're gonna be all right. Because he said some reckless stuff on Twitter the other day that was ridiculous.
He did?
Justin Bieber's dad is out here wilding. Like,
really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's crazy. All right, so you have an album on the way. I'm pretty excited because not a lot of times someone comes onto the scene and handles most of the writing on an album. So that's really dope. What are you bumping right now that's out? Is there like anything in particular that you're feeling as far as any new music or artists that maybe inspire you?
So many. I'm always finding like new stuff. I've had this new phase where I just like with Apple Music now, I just like go on there and I go on iTunes.
Says the guy holding the Samsung.
No, lame. Apple Music is where it's at. It's awesome. I love it. Like an Apple Music advertisement right now, but it's great. Anyways, who do I like right now? There's this guy from Australia, I believe, named Troy Sivan. He has this really cool like alternative sound that I really love. So him, I'm playing him a lot. A lot of Melanie Martinez, a lot of Kehlani, of course. Yeah.
That's dope. I just saw that you did like a festival. I think it was the biggest crowd you said that you performed in front of?
Yeah, ACL, Austin City Limits.
Yeah, ACL, and that's like Drake and Future and, everybody was there.
Yeah, it was so cool.
What was it like? I mean, obviously, being an artist that like, comes from YouTube that really is, you got popping off of like doing like acoustic, like raw music. To do that kind of music in front of that many people is like, you got to really be really good at it to get their attention, because let's be honest, most people out there probably on a few pills of some sort, a little intoxicated.
A little bit, yeah.
But how was it? Like, how was the reaction? Like, were you nervous at all?
I was really nervous. it was just like, I don't know, it was scary. And I was on a really tiny stage. So I was like, I don't know how this is going to work out. Because I think ASAP was playing like right beside me. So I was like,
yeah, so you
nobody's
gotta
going to
go
show
against
up.
ASAP, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, no one's going to show up here. Like I was really nervous and whatever. But a whole bunch, like as soon, like even before when I was sound checking, people started coming in.
Oh, wow.
Which was already amazing. I was like, wow, people are here. Like for me, this is awesome. And then I came out and they knew the words to the songs.
That's big.
And not only here, like they knew the words to the songs on my EP, which was like the best reaction I could have gotten. So it was awesome.
Who's been the artist that you've met, or it doesn't even have to be an artist, like someone that's just a famous person that you've like come into contact with that was like a fan of yours? Because I always think it's cool when like a new artist comes in the game and they have that moment where like they run into Snoop Dogg and Snoop's like, yo, I rock with your music or something like that. You know what I mean? Like what was that moment for you so far?
So far, I think when I met Tovlo.
Oh, dope.
I met her in LA, I believe, for this Teen Vogue thing. And we just like, because I'm a huge fan of hers and she's like, she said she was a huge fan of mine, which is amazing. So we just like screamed and hugged each other for like 20 seconds. It was so cool. Like I really love her. And it was so amazing that she's a fan of me because I love her. So,
that's big.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's super dope. All right, well, the EP's out now.
Yes.
It's on Apple Music, I'm assuming.
I think it's on. I'm pretty sure
it's on everything. It's on everything.
I'm sure it's on it. Yeah, I don't know it's on iTunes.
Album wise, when can we expect the album? You said it's been done for a long time, so is there a timetable for that?
Late fall. That's when it'll be out, and I guess overall the album is pretty much conceptually stuff that I talk about in my EP, just like my life and just my view on the world as a teen girl. And sonically, there's a lot of versatility. It's kind of, there's pop, there's alternative, there's some slow stuff, upbeat stuff. It's kind of everywhere, but at the same time, it's in the same vein.
How awesome is it living in Canada just getting free healthcare?
Oh, it's the best. Every time someone tries to make fun of Canada, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the free healthcare.
I feel like Canada would be like the best place to live. Like the gun violence is really low. Like there's free healthcare.
Especially Brampton, where I'm from, or like the Toronto area. Like people always bash it. People who live there, they bash it. Like we hate it here, we want to leave, but I love it.
Do you follow the United States politics at all?
A little bit. I try not to because it gives me a headache.
It should. Yeah, especially when you have like someone like Donald Trump running.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
You can imagine.
Well, listen, all the Americans that are watching this right now that are thinking about voting for somebody, yo, it's okay. We could get free healthcare. Like Canada's doing fine.
Just move to Canada.
Or just move to Canada.
That's the best thing. I'm just glad.
No, you guys don't need any slimy Americans in Canada. You guys are fine.
Oh no, you guys can come over. We'll be accepting.
That's what's up. Shout out to Alessia Cara. She is super talented. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Let's get into your song here. I'm gonna let you introduce it.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Alessia Cara, and this is my song here on WiLD 94.1.
Yeah, let's do it.